Ashton is fucked up for ever bringing up my wife. He should never have her name in his mouth. And I've spoken with him about it. And if he continues to bring her up in his content, whether it's his show or mine, Smart Guys, I will no longer work with him. We've had it out. I talked to him about it. It's fucked up that he would ever bring her up. It's one thing if he brings me up and he wants to razz on me because he's helped me out tremendously. All right? My wife has nothing to do with him or his content. And I swear to God, if he fucking brings her up again in a negative way in his content, I will cut ties with that man.
Now, folks, when it comes to calling Cat fat cat, I was under the impression amongst fat people, amongst fellow people of calories, that fat was our word. Yeah. I thought I had a right to use that word. And it's not just a right that I was given by birth. I earned that right to call people fat every fucking day when I stuff my blowhole with 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, sometimes 7,000 calories, if not more a day. So I don't really know how, like, a 400-pound fat fuck calling somebody fat can be taken so seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, you called somebody fat. How about you call me fat back, you pussy bitch?
You know, after weeks of PPP escalating this rhetoric on his show, this toxic stuff about me, which again, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I've got thick skin. I don't care what you say about me. Say it, get your rise, get people to toss you money for it. I just don't care. I don't. But when you start bringing up my family members for literally no reason.
The only reason he started getting upset about any of this shit was because he felt like it was giving the detractors a W. This is what it is. It's his like sick fucking mental fixation on the detractors.
I think that PPP wants to get a rise out of me. He wants to have me here freak out and start, going full path number 2, the return of the king of hate, the angry man who just wants to rage against everything and burn everything down around him and hurt everyone around him because all I care about is myself and, go crazy. And I totally feel like that's what it is.
I'm just testing him to see where he's at as a man, to see where the resistance is at. Where does it stop? It never stopped. I could have come into his house and fucked his wife. He doesn't give a shit about anything other than money and his ego.
Of course, you guys wouldn't know this, but I've spoken with him about this many times, okay? Many times. This isn't the first time, second time. And every time I say, this has to stop, he apologizes. He says, I got too worked up. I got into my rhetoric again. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. And then some time will pass, and then he does it again. It's like, wait, what are you doing? We had the conversation already. You understood it was wrong. You apologized for it. So if you did that, why are you doing it again?
So I'm talking all this fucking shit multiple times on my stream, on his stream, saying all sorts of shit about his wife, about everything. And he never said a fucking thing. Most people's first instinct to go after their wife, they say, fuck you, bitch. Let's fucking square up and fight. Fuck you. You can't say that shit. And they fucking check you. He has no instinct whatsoever to defend his wife or care for his wife. The only reason he now suddenly has found this conscience for his wife is because the people that hate him the most told him he should. Not because he actually gives a fuck about his wife. If he actually cared about and honored and cherished his wife, I would have honored his ultimatum. But I know it comes from a place of disingenuous fucking bullshit.
I'm not going to stand for that kind of behavior. All right? If he was married and he had a wife, regardless of how she looked, how she acted, whatever, I would not insult his wife. Period. There's just no reason for it.
This whole thing, right, is about how he has to protect his wife. I have to protect my wife. I have to protect my wife. I have to protect my family. I have to protect my family. Ooh, what's going to happen? People are going to, it's hurting my family. It's hurting their feelings. What does he do today to protect his fat wife from being called fat by a fat man? He decides to reveal her medical info. Is that what's keeping your wife safe? Is that what's keeping your family safe? Or is that what you're doing, using your wife as a human shield, using her as a sympathy shield to get pity donations, to get pity support, to make himself the victim? Oh, woe is Phil. Phil has a hard time. His wife is sick. Well, she's 300 goddamn pounds. Of course she's fucking
Jesus
sick.
Christ. Yeah.
You think I'm fucking healthy, for fuck's sake? No. We have to live in the fucking real world and be objective about shit. It's not a healthy or mature or adult lifestyle the way that Phil's living or Kat's living or even I'm living, for God's fucking sakes.